Welcome everyone to our City of Indio regularly scheduled City Council Indio Water Authority meeting for Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. We will start with call to order and roll call for our closed session. City Clerk.
Council members are present with the exception of Council Member Wayman Furman and Council Member Oscar Ortiz.
Thank you. This is the time set aside for public comment. If there are many members of the audience wishing to address the body at this time, please step forward with a request to speak form. Turn it into our City Clerk and we would be happy to hear from you. Seeing no one step forward, we'll close the public comment period and adjourn to closed session to consider one item, conference with real property negotiators pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.8. The property in question is APN number 610-093-037, and the negotiating parties are the City of Indio, Bryan H. Montgomery, City Manager, and Jayanti Patel under negotiation, price, and terms of payment. Thank you.
What is the address?
Good evening, everyone. If you take your seats, we'll get started. Welcome, everyone, to our regular City of Indio, City Council Indio Water Authority meeting for Wednesday, November 20, 2024. We're going to start our regular session with a call to order and roll call, please.
Councilmember Ortiz.
Present.
Councilmember Furman.
I'm present.
Councilmember Holmes.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Miller. And Mayor Ramos Amith.
Present. City Attorney.
Yes, Mayor. Under AB 2449, we need to confirm that Councilmember Furman is absent under the just cause provisions. Councilmember, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And can you confirm if anyone over 18 is in the room with you?
I'm in the room alone.
And can you confirm that you are absent for one of the reasons listed in AB 2449?
Yes, I'm absent because I'm ill and contagious.
Okay. Thank you, Councilmember. Mayor, back to you.
Thank you, City Attorney. Moving on to item number 2, invocation. We have with us this evening Pastor Jason Duff of Garden Fellowship to lead us in the invocation. Welcome, Pastor.
Father, we want to thank you so much. First of all, we want to thank you for the city of Indio and what a privilege it is for us to live here. I thank you for our mayor, for our councilmen and women, for, Lord, our city manager, for our police and our fire department. Thank you for everyone that makes this city such a great place to live. And we are just asking you to guide this meeting, both the things that they're talking about tonight and everything as they continue, these men and women, to lead this great city. May they lead it with your heart. And we pray these things tonight in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. If everyone remains standing, we have a special guest with us this evening, Mr. Tyler W. Martinez of Kennedy Elementary. Tyler, would you step up to the podium, please, and I'll introduce your bio. Tyler is an outgoing and sociable person who thrives in social settings. He loves playing soccer and eagerly looks forward to both practices and games. With a strong interest in learning to play the drums, Tyler is also passionate about pursuing a career in law enforcement or the military when he grows up. Known for his devotion, respect, and compassion, he has a big heart and genuinely cares for others. Thank you for being here tonight, Tyler. We're ready when you are.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tyler. Tyler, we have a little gift for you if you'd like to come back up. We want to thank you for spending this evening with us and sharing your leadership and Pledge of Allegiance. Please tell your friends about it. We hope they come too, and they can be partake in leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much. And your family's free to go home if you'd like to now. Our next item on the agenda, City Attorney Report on Closed Session.
Thank you, Mayor. There's no reportable action out of tonight's closed session.
Thank you. Item number 5, presentations. This evening, we've met this gentleman before, but tonight is an official night that we can recognize him for his achievement. We're going to recognize Mr. Julian Cansino of Indio High School, who has been elected, I think, to the High School Student and National Association of Student Councils representative. And that's a big achievement. So if Mr. Cansino would like to come up, and maybe his principal, Mr. Lawson, would like to come up too, we'd like to present you with something.
But we wanted to make sure Indio was on the map because nationally there's a student council. Julian is the single out of the entire state of California, the entire state. There's one student that represents the entire state population of students at the national level. And of all the places, it's not Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Diego, or San Francisco. It's here in Desert Sands Unified and the city of Indio, our own Julian.
Right. Yeah.
Julian, would you like to share your experience with us? How did this come about?
Originally, yeah, I had ran for another position, but I didn't get it. But I stayed optimistic, and I came into, I'm a TA for Miss Mo. Everyone knows her at Indio High School. I walk in, and my ASB advisor right there, Miss Marina's, and she just tells me, check your email. And I thought I was getting in trouble. I thought it was like something else. But so I was like, I don't know why I had to be scared. But I opened it up, and it's like this opportunity, like a whole new doorway open, not just for me, but for like my whole community. And yeah, it's really like, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words for it, you know. It's just like something I can't believe, like I have to pinch myself every day, but you know, yeah.
Well, we're excited for you, and we're very proud of you. We have the certificate of recognition to remember and to commemorate the special year in your lifetime. And congratulations, welcome to the Indio High School Hall of Fame. We have a little gift for you, so you can show off your swag at these meetings. And yeah, and if you're going to be traveling, you make sure and apply for a grant for him, because we want to make sure that you really participate and be as active as you can, representing your community in the national level. Thank you so much. We're going to take a picture, okay? Please keep us posted, okay? Let us know how it goes. Thank you, everyone, for allowing us just a minute to honor one of our very own that I'm sure we're going to see a lot of exciting things come from as years to come. Our next item on the agenda is the Youth Advisory Council, which is present. I see them all out there in their shirts, and they're going to have a little report tonight.
Good evening, City Council members. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far and is looking forward to the holidays. My name is Savannah Vella. I'm a senior at Shadow Hills High School and the Secretary of Indio Youth Advisory Council. Since the last City Council meeting, YAC has been involved in several events around the Valley. First, we volunteered in the Indio Veterans 5K. It was a wonderful event, so thank you to all of those here in Indio who helped organize it. YAC had an incredible time and loved seeing the community's strong spirit. Events like these truly showcase the spirit of India. Last Friday, City Council member Oscar Ortiz attended our Indio YAC meeting. He shared his journey into politics and how he earned his place, his seat today. He emphasized the importance of community organizing and providing educational support within the community. Thank you, Oscar Ortiz, for your time and your words. Looking ahead, we're excited to participate in some incredible events. In partnership with Friday Night Live, we are helping their FNL blanket drive. Our goal is to collect 1,000 new and unused blankets to distribute through DRD East Valley sites. Please support us by dropping off blankets at the Indio Teen Center by December 6th. On December 13th, we are partnering with Las Palmas Community Church to assemble senior baskets and spread holiday cheers to seniors across the Coachella Valley. Lastly, I would like to recognize some of our outstanding members of Indio YAC. Aiden Chavez will soon be traveling to Georgia as a representative for the Boys and Girls Club to be part of their 2025 National Keystone Conference Steering Committee. We wish him the best on his travels. This concludes my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vella. That's an excellent report, and thank you all for being with us tonight. Are you going to stay for the meeting?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to recognize two of our other elected officials that are in the audience. We have our re-elected and long-term city clerk, Ms. Cynthia Hernandez, with us. And our brand new, newly elected finance, what is your title now?
City
Treasurer. You took off all the other hats. Thank you and congratulations. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you for your service. With that, we're going to move on to item 7, City Manager Reports and Information.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm sure you'll mention our barbecue festival, huge success here downtown, bringing nearly 7,000 people into the downtown area for that event. Also, as mentioned, the 5K run, huge success. Sad to report that Councilmember Ortiz beat me on the run, but I wasn't too far behind. Great day today as well with the public safety campus ribbon cutting. I'm sure you'll also mention that. Tomorrow we have a beam signing for our golf course clubhouse. So this is a ceremonial step in the erection of the steel that's part of the construction of the clubhouse, and look forward to that. And of course, downtown again, we have our tree lighting ceremony that will be on Friday the 6th, and then the Tamale Festival. Again, will be held at Miles Avenue Park that weekend of the 7th and 8th of December. Eventually, once the construction is complete, we can bring that back a little closer downtown, but that event will be at Miles Avenue Park. So with that, Mayor, that's my report.
Thank you, City Manager. Item number 8, City Council Conflict of Interest Disclosure. Do we have anything to disclose, City Attorney?
Yes. Item 12.1, certificate of public necessity for Rosemary Hi-Fi. I'm conflicted due to the property I own in the downtown area. So I will leave the dais.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item number 9, report on City Council external internal boards, commissions, and committee meetings, and report on meetings attended per Government Code Section 53232.3D. Councilmember Ortiz.
Thank you, Mayor. This morning I attended the Public Safety Building ribbon cutting. We're extremely thankful to be in the financial position to be able to invest into these projects for the safety of our community and in preparation for the future as our city continues to grow. We take in more than 1,000 calls for emergency services every week, so we know that we need to keep on investing in making sure that we're able to take on that volume of calls and the growing number of volume of calls. So we're extremely thankful, especially to our residents as well, for supporting our businesses and supporting our city and putting us in the financial position to be able to make those investments. Last week I also attended the first annual Indio Veterans Day 5K. I want to thank everyone who came out to support our veterans, and also thank you to our staff who did a great job at that first event. I think we had over 300 people there, so great job to our staff. Also great job at the barbecue festival. We're just getting really great feedback from all our events, so thank you to everybody who's organizing those events and marketing those out to our community. It's getting out there. We're getting great feedback, so thank you again for all your hard work. Last Friday I attended the Youth Advisory Council meeting with Savannah and her colleagues over there, and shared some of my experience with college, with my work as a lab scientist, as an environmental educator, and shared some of my thinking when it comes to local policies, and was able to answer some questions for them. So thank you again for having me, and let me know if you guys ever want me to come by again. I'd be happy to join you. Thanks. Let's see, last week I also attended the CVAG Energy and Sustainability meeting. We talked about looking for weatherization funding through Inland Regional Energy Network. So weatherization would be helping people to fix their windows, their doorways, other things that we can do to make our homes more energy efficient. We also heard from Blythe, who is installing a new electric vehicle charging station, which is going to hold 36 chargers for semi-trucks and 30 chargers for electric vehicles, passenger vehicles. We're also looking at another project coming up with IID, where we're going to help plant 6,000 trees throughout the Coachella Valley and Imperial Valley. And these will all be drought-tolerant trees, some of them native species as well, to help rebuild the urban greening within our communities, to help with clean air, and to help with our water conservation efforts. I also attended the native plant celebration at the Desert Wildlife Center here next to Valley Sanitary District. I want to thank our Indio Water Authority, who was there sharing information on conservation efforts and water, and also we were able to get out a lot of native plants into the community. So this is a native plant celebration where we were teaching all about the native plants here from our desert and helping people understand how to use them within their gardens. That's all I have. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Holmes?
Okay. It's busy. It's a busy time of year, so all kinds of fun things going on. I want to talk about the barbecue festival. Everybody knows I've been this huge downtown person because why not? It's a great place. Having that barbecue festival downtown was like a dream come true. There were thousands everywhere. There was food. There were kids playing. There were families. There was music. Thank you, staff, for putting together an extraordinary event. I can't wait for all the additional events that are going to be coming downtown. I've heard nothing but great feedback. You know what? They want more food. They want more vendors. How great is that? More barbecue. And I have some of my downtown friends here in the audience as well, and you know, hopefully they saw some of the benefits of having 7,000 people in our downtown. A couple of other things. Let's see. We did almost all of us were at the ribbon cutting for Bloom's Forest. So it's Highway 111 there by El Super. Really cute, charming little florist that opened up, and I encourage everyone to stop by. Really beautiful flowers, really creative and artistic. Really a nice family that's running it. Mayor Botan and I attend the CAN, which is the Coachella Animal Network Luncheon. Everybody's heard about all the issues at the shelter in Thousand Palms, and our very own Kim Hardy, who has just had a heart for this for many, many years, puts on a fundraiser every year that we got to go to and attend so that she can spay and neuter and have many spay and neuter clinics for the animals in our community. Let's see, what else did we have going on? How can we forget the ribbon cutting for Unicars, Honda, used car dealership. Really great to have them in our community. Andreas has just been a wonderful part of the city of Indio. His first auto dealership was right there on Highway 111. And many, many years ago. So very exciting to see his growth, and it's going to be a superstore for used car superstore. Magical Lights on Monday. I got to go through the Magical Lights. It's a fun way to kick off the season. I encourage everybody, just pile everybody, friends, family, in the car. It's like $40 or $40 in the car, and you get to go through, and it's really a lot of fun. It's new this year, and this is really very, very, very beautiful. One of the great and fun things I always enjoy doing the most is going to the elementary schools, and there's different reasons. There's Read With Me, and there's different programs. This past Friday, myself and Sabdi Sanchez, our city clerk, got to go to Hoover School, and we had 2 third-grade classes who wanted to really sort of understand all about the city, about politics. They were going through all the levels of government, and they asked us to discuss local government. And so Sabdi and I did. It was just so much fun, and then we got to hand out things in Lindo and talk about how we keep our community clean. We got to talk about all the different jobs you can have when you work at the city, and everybody was excited about that. So it was a fun day. It was a fun morning. Thank you, Sabdi, for joining me. It was quite wonderful. And let's see, a couple of other things. Coachella Valley Mountains Conservancy. Just really items of note with the Mountains Conservancy. They give grants, and over 50% of our grants are for disadvantaged communities, and they really try in terms of native plants, of educating and giving exposure to a lot of the kids in the local communities. Also, not this past year, over its duration, 100 acres of land has been acquired. And that's a significant, trying to keep our land safe in some areas for trails for the public to enjoy. And also they protect disadvantaged species, and that was always important as well to make sure that our ecosystem functions. The other is a Coachella Valley Conservation Committee, both in the same week. A couple of items of note, really. We talked about the climate bond that passed, $11 million. Of which $700,000 is probably going to be used for wildlife conservancy. One of the things that passed had to do with CVWD. It was a memorandum of understanding with CVWD to facilitate a flood control infrastructure. There's a lot of issues there off of the canyon in Cathedral City, and so this is going to become part of the North Cathedral City flood control, and it will then convey water to the Whitewater Channel and make sure it doesn't end up. We had that flood 2-3 years ago, and they really had the brunt of it. Their entire neighbors wiped out. So this will help with that. Tree lighting on December 6th. I mean, just all kinds of things. The public safety has just been forever in the works, and to see it come to fruition and to give our police and fire the kinds of headquarters and facilities that they need was really an honor to be at. I think everyone would agree with me there. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Furman, would you like to give a report?
Sure. First of all, I apologize for not being able to be there. As the day went on, my symptoms got a little worse, so I think it's better that I'd stay home. I'll start off with a couple of committee meetings that I had. I did have a Coachella Valley Energy Commission meeting, and the topic of discussion was signing an agreement for the JPA. As the community and our council knows that we've been working with IID to really secure and reinforce our power infrastructure in the valley in our city. And so, although Indio already has our JPA agreement with IID, we're working on Eastern Coachella Valley JPA, and so we do have an agreement. However, it wasn't signed. The tribe still requested more time to go over the agreement. However, Indio is ready, and we're still moving forward with our power infrastructure projects here in the city. I also had a CVAG Public Safety Committee meeting. We had two great presentations. One was by investigator Jason Polanco, who's a former Indio PD officer. He now is an investigator with the District Attorney's Office, and part of his duties is working with the Riverside County Child Exploitation Team, which is a multi-agency team. Also included with that agency team is Indio PD, and they work on mitigating the crimes against children in our county. And a very informative presentation, and I'd like to ask staff if we could work with the District Attorney's Office to bring them to our city. As a parent and a council member, it's very informative to see what's going on in our county, and also the efforts that are going on to mitigate those crimes against our children. So very good presentation. We also had a presentation by our own Lieutenant Leva and our Chief Tolley, who were also present on street racing. And it's the same presentation that he came to the city and gave in respects to speeding and keeping our streets safe. Great presentation by Lieutenant Leva. We've talked about keeping our streets safe and mitigating speeding in our city, knowing that our police department has already had that ongoing effort. So, hats off to Lieutenant Leva and the efforts of Indio PD in respects to speed, and especially right now where we have a lot of people in town. There's a lot more cars on the roads, and so we have to continue to be careful. And, Lieutenant Leva stressed the point that our goal isn't to write speeding tickets. Our goal is to get folks to their destination safely. And so hats off to them. Now, I did attend a lot of events, as some were mentioned already, so I'll try to fly through those. Indio is very busy. And so first I'll start off by I attended the first annual Veterans Day 5K along with some of our council members and the city manager. And it was great that we were able to give $5,000 to the Hunter Lopez Memorial Foundation from the city, which was great. Hunter's parents were both present, and they accepted the check on the foundation's behalf. And I also have to recognize that I did not beat Councilmember Ortiz or City Manager. I was the mascot at the back, so and so I walked. I also attended the ribbon cutting at the local on Avenue 50, another great restaurant in our city. I love this spot. It's on Jefferson and Avenue 50. If you have not been there, I strongly suggest you go check it out. It's a nice place to sit down and eat, or just to have an hors d'oeuvre. We did a ribbon cutting there. That was great. I also attended the Blooms on Highway 111 ribbon cutting, which was also another great small business that's opening in our community. and so extremely excited for them. I also attended the Unicar's Honda Superstore ribbon cutting. The Councilmember Holmes mentioned, Andres has been a great partner for our city for many, many years. And recently I found out that, back when he started here in Indio, my father worked for him. So he's been here for a very long time. So congratulations to Unicar Honda, and thank you for your partnership. I also attended the barbecue festival and second Saturday event. Great. Hats off to our city staff and our city manager on the efforts there with our events. They're just getting bigger and bigger and better, and the community loves it. I was just walking around taking pictures of everything because I was extremely excited that the efforts and potential that we're opening up in our downtown area. For all these years we've been waiting for this, it's happening. And so I was just in awe walking around talking to folks and taking photos. So just another great event. And I will conclude with I also attended the Magic of Lights event. We had a bunch of families there, hot chocolate, great event. Thank you to Empire Polo Club for being a great community partner. We had a lot of schools there. We had the mascots there. Another great event. And so it's a great way to kick off the holidays here in our city. And I just want to say happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas and happy Thanksgiving if, we don't see you until then. So that will conclude my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Furman. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. All my committees were dark, but as fellow council members have said, there's a lot going on in Indio. I want to congratulate, first off, all the candidates that actually ran, not only the ones here, but also Jeff Gonzalez won the assembly race, the first Indio resident to actually win the assembly race in, I think, over 35 years. So we have another elected leader here. Hopefully he'll be able to bring some money from Sacramento into the city of Indio. So congratulations to him and everyone that ran. It's not an easy job, not only to get the job, but also to run and to actually put yourself out there. So congratulations to all. I want to thank staff. There's so much going on in the city of Indio, from the Veterans Day run. We also had the CV Cemetery, American Legion all host one. A lot of our HOAs do. So thank you to everyone that hosted a Veterans Day event throughout. There was over 14 of them that I know of here in the Coachella Valley, thanking our veterans for the work that they do. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. City Manager and your staff, for just not only that, the barbecue festival and everything else that's going on, Miguel and everyone else, Jessica, because Indios make a difference. This is what our residents asked us to do, was not only invest in buildings like we have, the new public safety campus, the first phase is done, the new city hall, the new library, the golf course clubhouse, the bridges, everything that you see out there is because of you, who invested back in your city, and the city council, along with the city manager and staff, investing it back where it makes a difference to make your lives better. So it really comes from you guys investing in yourselves, but you had to believe that this council and this staff would be able to put money back into it. And you'll see that today if you were there at the public safety campus, and you're going to see it at many, many more buildings here throughout the city. And then also you wanted events. We built the center stage. We built downtown. We got the barbecue festival, which I haven't. The tamale festival is coming up. The Magic of Lights over at the Empire Polo Club is on until December 29th. We have, all kinds of second Saturday events. We have the Friday food trucks. We have the farmers market. This is what it brings to people out in the community. Exactly what you asked for, exactly what this staff and council has brought to. So thank you, because it comes with a lot of work. It looks easy, but it takes a lot of individuals, our public safety, fire, and police that continually to help support us. So thank you for that. And then lastly, there's a lot of things going on in the city. But at the same time, a lot of people need to be cautious of what they're doing. There's a lot of things going on right now. I see a lot of people running lights, a lot of people in a hurry. Nothing is more important than the safety of you and your family and the people around you. We're here in the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. But, we need to be cautious because there's a lot of construction. There's a lot of schools areas out there. And we really need to look out about a little bit more. A lot of people are, like I said, are in a hurry. I know it's busy. I know the construction is interfering with a lot of times. And we're readjusting the lights with CV Sync and all the lights in all the cities. But, bear with us. It'll get better. And we want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and thank you. That's it, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you all for your detailed reports, City Manager included. There's a lot going on, and there's still a lot more to come. In addition to the elected officials that we had this last election, we also had a measure passed that you may not have been on your radar, but Measure AA for the Desert Healthcare District primarily will take care of the Desert Regional Hospital in Palm Springs, but within that agreement with the healthcare district, Tenet will finally be improving the JFK Emergency Center, which is going to be a great benefit to all of us here in Indio and all of the residents in the eastern Coachella Valley. So you, the community, did that for the community. It's not just something that passed without our stamp of approval. We did support that measure, and I hope that all of you continue to encourage JFK to build a better emergency center for all of our families. That will conclude my report. And
Say one thing, Madam
yes.
I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Bill Teague from Valley Sanitation District, who has been there many years, actually retired this week after 67 years of service to Valley Sanitation District. 34 as the general manager and the plant operator, and 33 as a board member. He is an Indio resident, lives over at Indian Palms, and we want to congratulate him and thank him for his 67 years of service. Myself and Councilmember Holmes and Mayor Amith were all there to thank him, and just wanted to make sure that was noted because it is quite an accomplishment. So I just wanted to thank him.
Yes, thank you to Bill, and congratulations to all of you because his replacement happens to have about 40 years of service with CBWD and the City of Coachella Sanitary District and happens to be my cousin. So the family continues on. All right, next we have consent calendar. Are there any items you wish to pull for questions or a presentation? No?
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilmember Holmes, second by Mayor Pro Tem Miller. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please indicate your vote electronically.
Do we have to separate?
Oh,
it,
we
please?
have to do the, who's going to do the
Do roll call.
roll call vote? It's happening because of Wayman.
Councilmember Ortiz,
Yes.
Councilmember Furman,
Aye.
Councilmember Holmes,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Miller, and Mayor Ramos Amith.
Aye. Unanimously. Thank you, City Clerk. Thank you, City Council. Our next item, 11.1, administrative items. Ordinance number 1819, amending section 10.10 of the Indio Municipal Code. City Attorney, Mr. Graham Pacifico. And for the record, we did receive one email public comment.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. This is a minor update to Section 1010 of the Indio Municipal Code. As it stands now, it has what I would consider language of interpretation that allows a court to reinterpret our municipal code if, when you read the code section, it's clear that we made an error in either the spelling or the wording of a particular section of the municipal code. That's very useful information. We're recommending that you keep it. However, it doesn't allow anyone else to make those corrections, and rather than waiting for it to come before a judge, it might be helpful to correct those spelling or grammatical errors here at the staff level. So our recommendation is to allow the city clerk to correct typographical, clerical, and grammatical errors. So those are not substantive changes to the code. If we see that we misspelled a word, if we see a typographical change, admittedly, those would likely be my fault, since it is my obligation to prepare those ordinances. However, if we do find those, the city clerk would be authorized without further action of the city council to make those corrections. Additionally, and the part that is much more likely to be used, is the allowance for renumbering and reformatting of the code. So not changing any of the actual language of the code sections, but allowing the city clerk to institute perhaps a new numbering system throughout the code that may be easier to administrate when using our online code system. So we prepared this in collaboration with the city clerk's office. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer it. The city clerk's office may have additional information about why this may be valuable. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Attorney. Do we have any questions of staff? No. Mr. Furman, Councilmember Furman, do you have any questions?
No, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Hearing no questions, this is not a public hearing. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that staff recommends that the city council take the following actions regarding the ordinance. 1, introduce ordinance number 1819, entitled An Ordinance of the City Council of the City of Indio amending Section 10.10 of the Indio Municipal Code. 2, waive the full reading of the ordinance and introduce it by title only in accordance with standard City Council procedures. And 3, schedule the ordinance for a second reading and adoption at the next regularly scheduled City Council meeting.
Second that.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Miller and a second by Councilmember Ortiz. City Clerk, you will take a roll call vote.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Councilmember Furman?
Aye.
Councilmember Holmes?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Miller?
Aye.
And Mayor Ramos Amith?
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. We're now in the public hearing section. Councilmember Holmes, do you want me to move 12-2 before?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll just recuse myself.
Okay, so we're going to go on to 12-1, and Councilmember Holmes has already declared her conflict on this item. This is for the approval for a certificate of public convenience or necessity for a Type 42 on-sale alcohol license issued by the California Department of Alcohol Beverage Control for Rosemary Hi-Fi, a proposed bar facility located at 45120 Oasis Street, Indio, California. Assessor parcel number 611-172-003, and you're not Kendra Reef, so.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the council. I'm not Kendra Reef. Assistant City Manager Jonathan Nix, representing Community Development Department. A little lean on staff right now, so I'm helping out. As mentioned, this is a public hearing item in consideration of public convenience or necessity determination for new business Rosemary Hi-Fi in the downtown area. So a little bit of background, the applicant is Adrian Romero of Rosemary Hi-Fi LLC. He submitted the application at the end of August and submitted to the ABC liquor license for a Type 42, which is for beer and wine only, no distilled spirits on the premises. The address is 4120 Oasis Street. You can see the star right there on the map. It's right around the corner from the Little Street Music Hall. They have the census tract number there. When they applied at ABC, the determination was that there is a undue concentration in that area, and I'll show you on the next map. What that means is if there are more than 4 licenses in that area, and there are currently 12, the City Council can make a determination to waive that undue and actually issue the license. So there's the map right there. You can see the star of where this proposed business would be, and a spread of different licenses that are in the area. So there's 12 existing sites that have a total of 19 different license types at those sites. Some of those sites have multiple licenses. So the proposed project was reviewed by city staff, by the Community Development Department, and it is comply with the Unified Development Code, the City of Indio General Plan, and the Downtown Specific Plan as outlined in the staff report. And the recommendation is to approve the certificate of public convenience or necessity. And myself and our planning staff are available for any questions.
Thank you. Do we have any questions of staff?
Gonna be a lot more of these.
Yes, especially in that
in that area.
Yep. Councilmember Furman, do you have any questions of staff on this item?
No, I don't. Thank you for your work downtown.
Thank you. All right, this is a public hearing. We will open the public hearing and invite members of the public to fill out a request to speak form if they'd like to address this item. We have not received any comments via email, and I do not have any requests to speak, and I do not see anyone stepping forward to bring one.
This is gentleman here.
Okay.
You'll need to unlock your
You have to come up to the mic, sir.
Over here.
Welcome. If you could just let us know your name, we would appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Romero, and I'm the owner of Rosemary Hi-Fi. I was not planning on speaking today, and also wasn't dressed for it. I didn't know what I was walking into, to be honest. But I just wanted to come on here and introduce myself. I am from Cathedral City. I was raised there, and I have a long history of playing music out here. I've actually performed at Coachella in 2017 and just been a huge part of music and the community for a very long time. Thank you guys so much for giving me this opportunity. This is a dream come true of mine. We will be the first hi-fi bar in the Valley in history, and that means a lot to me. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback. We're destined to open in 2 to 3 weeks now. Another part of me, my brother does have a brewery in Palm Springs called Las Palmas Brewing, and we will be his tap house out here. So it'll be all local beer made from Palm Springs.
Very cool.
We will be serving natural wine, and what hi-fi is, to the people that don't know, it's it means high fidelity, and it's just a listening experience to music, and it's all analog, so vinyl records only. And it'll just be a place for everybody to just come listen to music that they've never heard and just talk about it and talk about life and life moments with music and vice versa. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys again so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Welcome to the Indio family.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for believing in our vision so we can make your dream come true. We have no other requests to speak at this time, so I'll close the public hearing period and entertain a motion.
I'll motion to approve the certificate of public convenience or necessity.
I'll second that.
Thank you. We only have 2 members anyway. We have a motion by Councilmember Ortiz and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Miller.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Hold on. I wanted to ask Councilmember Furman, did you have any other comments?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Go ahead, Sabdi.
Councilmember Furman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Miller?
Yes.
And Mayor Ramos Amith?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion passes unanimously. We look forward to being at your opening. The next item on our agenda is another public hearing. This is item 12.2, resolution number 10470, approving specific plan amendment and zoning district amendment, case file number PLANSP 240003, to change the zoning designation of 10 parcels, which are listed on your agenda, from neighborhood general to mixed use corridor within the Highway 111 corridor specific plan and CEQA exemption per 15061B3. Not Kendra again.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and the members of council. Still not Kendra Reef. Jonathan Nix, Assistant City Manager, again representing Community Development Department. As mentioned, public hearing for a Highway 111 corridor specific plan amendment for 10 very specific parcels. There's an application. The applicant is actually the City of Indio Community Development Department on behalf of the property owners that made this request. Here's some detail on the assessor parcel numbers, current general plan. I think this will be a little more clear on the next slides when we show the mapping of the area. So here's Highway 111. You can see that box right on the right side from me on this screen, and that those very specific properties that are between Jackson and Calhoun, just north of Highway 111. So this is the area that we're looking at just south of Requa. And this is the existing zoning designation within the Highway 111 specific plan, is that neighborhood general. You can see just south of those 10 properties, it is a mixed use corridor. So what is being proposed is to align that whole block under the same mixed use corridor to give some more flexibility to those property owners for future development. So the general plan designation for that whole block is the same of mixed use neighborhood. So making this amendment would also align that whole block with the general plan designation as well. So under CEQA, this project is exempt under the common sense exemption. There's no new environmental impacts remaining within the scope of the 2019 final EIR, and the existing mitigation measures would still be in place for transportation, air quality, noise, and et cetera, for any future developments in this area. There's a thorough analysis of this proposal. It is consistent with the City of Indio general plan. It is in accordance with section 6.0503 of the Unified Development Code for the City of Indio. Again, demonstrated compliance with the CEQA guidelines and that common sense exemption, and all future development is subject to the 111 CSP standards and compliance with CEQA. This was presented before the Planning Commission on October 21st, just last month. We had many of the property owners attend that Planning Commission meeting in support, and the Planning Commission did vote recommending the City Council approve this amendment. So the staff recommendation is to adopt the resolution number 10470, amending the specific plan, and myself and our planning staff are available for any questions.
I'm trying to remember back to when we approved the general plan. Is this an up zone or a down zone?
It's an up zone.
It's an up zone. I don't remember why we left this one out.
It wasn't developed.
Oh, it is developed. Can you put it back on the map?
Yeah, but it looks like it's put blank parcels on there.
No, there's stuff there.
So why are they?
We just want to know. We're trying to remember.
Why are they
made-
changing it then?
I think the simple explanation is there was a mistake made. So the general plan said one thing, that was in 2019. In comes the Highway 111 specific plan and creates an inconsistency with what you already approved, and now we're trying to correct the mistake. That's why it was a staff-initiated correction, let's call it. So it actually moves it to be more consistent with what you decided and what the EIR analyzed, and is a correction to an error that was made.
Can I ask one other question? It's more of a comment. One of the things on the specific plan that we did is we wanted to make sure there wasn't a lot of billboards and big monument signs. But I noticed on, like, when the CVS left and Rite Aid, obviously there's new business that got to go in there. We really need to have another look at the ordinance. I'm not talking about pylon signs and big stuff, but based on the lot size, based on the business, we need to look at what's going to be beneficial for them to be able to highlight their business. You know, if you get somebody on one of those, they're going to be a bigger business. They're not going to want to be on the pylon with a little small sign there. So we got to look at the lot size and readjust our 111 corridor signage on there, I think. And that's my opinion, because I think we had DWS that was talking about going into the CVS, and they couldn't get the right signage, so they're not excited about going in. And we can't, you know, we got to adjust as we're adjusting the new properties there. So it's something we need to have a look at. And I don't know if it'll affect these or any of the other businesses, but signage is a big part of getting businesses to be able to bring people in and highlight where they are, especially when they're conjugated together in those areas, and some of them are in the back. You know, they want to highlight their business, and I think we need to give all our businesses any advantage they can to make sure that they're highlighted. So just a comment. Thank you.
Don't we have a process for an exemption? I thought we did.
With regard to the signage?
Right, because we did one for the Regency and the hotel.
I believe it would be a waiver, and there are certain requirements for such a waiver, but we could review the code. I wasn't aware of the concerns of the signage. We have a couple instances right now where a new facility, for example, has signage everywhere, so maybe that's an extreme. So we got to find the balance, is perhaps what you're indicating. The bigger the building, the larger the signage can be. But perhaps yeah, and I know that's the case, but maybe that ratio isn't meeting the needs of some businesses, and we'll evaluate that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nix, for the presentation. Yes, one more question.
What does the outreach look like to the landowners there so far?
Staff has met with the property owners, and then many of them were at the Planning Commission meeting in October in support of this amendment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is a public hearing. We will open the public hearing. I don't have any requests to speak. Would you like to speak? Come forward.
Good evening, Council, members of the public. My name is Juvenal Gonzalez. My family has had a business in the city of Indio for about 20 plus years. We do telecommunications, we do fiber optics, we do a lot of the moving forward with technology. And you have present with you all 10 parcel owners of the impacted change. This came about 2 years ago. We've been working with Planning Commission and the city for about 2 years to try to kind of rectify this. We stepped in to try to open up a new business, and we realized that everything was kind of, restricted. So I got together with all of our neighbors, and we decided to see, what had happened. And, at that time, I think that there was just a lot of moving parts, and there are a lot of buildings there, and the density is pretty high on all commerce on both sides of the block, and we just didn't really understand why the division was made just right behind the old canned food store, and all the different parcels were just changed over to the new zoning. So really what we want to do is we've invested about almost $1 million all collectively in the restoration of the businesses and the investment in the city of Indio with the business. And we plan on investing probably just as much, if not a little bit more, within the next 5 years. We put together a plan collectively with the former, oh my goodness, what's his name? With Kevin Snyder, yeah, to kind of pitch a project and see how we can move forward. We have people that drove in from Los Angeles, from Arizona, just to be here for these opportunities, and we're open for a discussion. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them collectively or single, right? So just thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you and your businesses, and we actually look forward to whatever it is that you have planned.
Thank you.
So thank you for bringing this to our attention. Is there any other requests to speak? No, and I have none that have been sent in via email, so we will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Okay, I'd like to make the recommendation to approve resolution number 10470, approving specific plan amendment, case file number PLAN-SP-24-0003.
I'll second that.
Thank you. We have a motion by Councilmember Holmes and a second by Councilmember Ortiz. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, City Clerk, would you please call the roll call vote?
Certainly. Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Councilmember Furman?
Aye.
Councilmember Holmes?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Miller?
Aye.
And Mayor Ramos Amith?
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you all for traveling to be here with us this evening.
Thank you.
That will conclude our public hearings. We have one last item on the agenda, the public comments for items not on the agenda. I have 2 requests to speak, so if anyone else would like to speak, you have time to fill out a request. Miss Rebecca Rizzo.
Hi. No clapping. Okay. Gotta lower it. Good evening, Mayor and City Council members and city staff and everyone in attendance. My name is Rebecca Rizzo, and I'm honored to serve as Director of Donor Development for the United Cerebral Palsy of the Inland Empire. I want to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to the City of Indio for allowing us the beautiful Indio Center stage for our Fall Carnival. Your generosity and support really illustrate making this event a success for our clients, for their families, and for the community. As someone who wears many hats throughout the community, it brings me great pride to stand here today representing our organization that works tirelessly to empower individuals with disabilities. This Fall Carnival was a true testament of the incredible things we achieve when we work together. Over 300 attended, local businesses, volunteers, and community leaders. So thank you. Thank you for allowing us to use that. That's all I wanted to say.
Our pleasure. Thank you. The next request to speak, Ms. Gina Reyes.
Hi, Madam Mayor and City Council. My name is Gina Reyes. I've been a business owner in the Coachella Valley. More importantly, I grew up in the city of Indio, so I've been here for 52 years. And I'm a business owner in the city of Indio as well, in Citrus Plaza, where I've owned a packing and shipping postal store for the last 6 years there. I also advocate for businesses in the community that I work in. And today I'm holding here and I'm advocating for 50 other businesses tonight that couldn't be here to address the situation that I think that we have, which is that we need a chamber of commerce that operates in our city. We need someone, a chamber is supposed to be a liaison between businesses and the city to help us navigate the road of running our small business. And I think that the current chamber that we've had has kind of fallen short of that, and I don't feel it. When I was out advocating for these businesses, half of them have never even been contacted by a chamber member or even knew what the chamber was. And I'm not saying that that is the chamber's fault or the city's fault, but we need a chamber that can work with the city alongside them to bring, greatness back. And I really do think that the city needs their chamber back. And I know that it's going to take a lot of work to get that. And I want you guys to know that we have a lot of businesses here today that are willing to put in the hard work that it takes to bring our chamber back and have that here in our city. So thank you very much for letting me speak today and let you know. And I will be putting these into public when I think that it's time for that. But I thank you for your consideration today. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll certainly bring up the topic next time we meet
Did
strategically.
you have any questions?
No, I'm
concerns?
just letting you know that we'll certainly bring up the topic to discuss it when we meet and have a strategic planning.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Because you're a set of 25 and we just saw a set of 10 leave and, sounds like maybe we all
Well, this
just...
is a set of 50.
50, okay, 50 plus 10 and maybe...
But I just started.
Okay. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Those are all the requests to speak I have this evening.
Oh, we got more.
Oh, hi.
Good evening. My name is Serik Nieto. That's Seriknieto. Just want to thank everybody that attended the cutting ceremony of our public safety campus. It was very beautiful. I took a tour of it. Took a tour of the 86 fire station. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. It was kind of weird because now like you mentioned, Mayor, the people, like the fire people, now when they're all there, they could wash. Because one of the firemen says, back in the day in 86, fire station 86, there was only one washer, one dryer. So now, now they got two of them. Beautiful. They could cook there. I seen the cutting board, City of Indio, the old logo. Beautiful. Just want to thank you guys. Thank our city manager. Thank you guys for attending. So I just want to bring up, good evening, the city and the citizens. God bless everybody. I would like to say, for the record, as a member of our city, that all of us should be living our best here. Not for some of us that are not the case. I would like to bring it to everybody's attention that a lot of things are happening here in the city that a lot of people don't know. Just the other day, I was at our local police department, and multiple people, a victim of crime, are getting affected by the crime happening here. A lot of them. And the due process of that is not being followed. And when I was there, I've been through a lot, okay? And a lot of victims, I could share and help them, And when I was there, I talked to over 7 victims of crime. One of the incidents was a lady that she got, her brother got beat up by a lot of the Indio Police Department. And when she received the report says that he fell off a bike and he's trying to fight for his life in ICU. And I wanted to cry because it hurts me, because a lot of stuff's happening here. It's for us, the living, to make sure that the people are no longer here have a voice, a strong voice. And I'm going to continue to advocate for that. Thank you, guys.
I think Chief is here this evening, so he can give you a contact information to get into details about your concern. Thank you for being here, Mr.
Just any questions, you guys? Just for the record.
No, we don't have any questions. Thank you.
Chief, you have any questions?
No, Mr. Nieto. We'll get together after the meeting and we'll discuss that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. If there be no further requests to speak, is that it? We will bid farewell and adjourn without objection. Thank you all for being here.